This is a beautiful day here to be here to celebrate the start of the 44th Canal Days Festival here in the village of Fairport. I am delighted to be joined by our Commissioner of Public Health, Dr. Michael Mendoza, the Mayor of the village of Fairport, Julie Domerantz, Scott Winter from Fairport Canal Days. We have Supervisor for the Town of Perrington, Karen Hanna. From the Monroe County Legislature, John Baines and Sean Delahanty. And then we also have, of course, Chief Sam Farina, the Chief of the Fairport Police Department. I really want to thank and offer my congratulations also to Canal Days Chairman Ed Bradford, Scott, and the rest of the festival organizers who have worked so hard to ensure that this weekend's event could take place. Developing plans for a COVID-safe festival and under ever-changing guidelines and restrictions had required an incredible amount of flexibility and creativity. And I give the organizers here of the Fairport Canal Days a ton of credit. They got it done. In the face of long odds, they got it done. And I also want to thank our County Department of Public Health, the State Department of Health for their communication, for their transparency with the festival organizers that helped to make all of this possible. Their recognition of the importance of events like Fairport Canal Days for Monroe County has not gone unnoticed and is incredibly important. So again, I want to thank all our partners for doing this. I also, this here is a community known for our arts festivals. Fairport Canal Days stands out as one of the premier festivals of the year, not just in Monroe County, but across the region. Fairport Canal Days is an important part of our community's past, a tradition that attracts hundreds of thousands of people every year and generates important tourism revenue for our local economy. And as we continue into a post-COVID world, Canal Days and other community festivals and attractions will continue to be an important part of our local tourism economy and cultural community. But we can only get to this post-COVID world if we can continue to vaccinate as many people in our community as possible. And in order to do that, we need to continue to bring the vaccine closer to where people are and where they want to be. So today, I'm delighted to be able to announce a partnership with the Veterans Affairs and the Fairport Canal Days to bring the vaccine to this year's festival. This will be a partnership similar to the successful efforts we utilized at the Lilac Festival just last month. The vaccine clinic will operate right here at this location, the municipal parking lot at Liftbridge Lane and South Water Street on Saturday and Sunday, so both days of Fairport Canal Days this weekend, on Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Vaccinators from the VA will be on hand, as well as the County Department of Public Health to administer shots or vaccinations to anyone who is here that is age eligible. The clinic will be offering the one-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine, which is approved for anyone 18 years and older. No appointments will be necessary. So if you're planning on coming to Fairport Canal Days for this weekend and haven't gotten your COVID-19 vaccine, this is a really good, convenient, easy way to get your vaccination this weekend. It's also free of charge. So like many of you, we're all hopeful that come this time next year, we're going to be back to normal, that Canal Days will be off, and Canal Days and other festivals like this offering vaccines will be the thing of the past. Over the past year, we've endured so much, and we've been tested by this virus. Our ability to be here today, though, is a testament to the resolve of this community and our collective commitment to keeping one another safe and healthy. We've now gone a week without reporting more than 100 new daily cases of COVID-19. We've been under 100 cases now for a week. Our 7-day rolling average today is down from 105 cases a week ago to only 55 cases as of yesterday as our average. We're starting, and it wasn't really all that long ago, it was just a few weeks ago, we were over 200. We're slowly starting to see our community and everyday life return to pre-COVID times. Fairport Canal Days, the Lilac Festival, the Red Wings over at Frontier Field, even Seabreeze Amusement Park is reopened. All these things that we missed out on over the last year because of this pandemic, things are opening again. So I couldn't be happier to be here with the festival organizers to welcome back the 44th annual Fairport Canal Days and really urge this community to get vaccinated. The vaccine is available. It's available throughout the community. It's free of charge. It's never been easier or more accessible to be vaccinated. And the more people we get vaccinated, the more events like this we can have. The more times we can be outside, be a community again, be with our friends, be with our family, and do all the things that we want to do and get back to normal. But it all relies on us continuing to make progress in our vaccination efforts. So let's get outside, let's have some fun, let's be a community again, and I look forward to seeing you all at the Fairport Canal Days this weekend. And with that, now I'm going to turn it over to my Public Health Commissioner, Dr. Michael Mendoza.
Thank you, County Executive, and good morning to everybody who's here. As I like to say these days, it's really nice to see everybody's faces. We've been through a long year. Today represents really a turning point, like many others in our community, where we can take our masks off, enjoy the company of friends and family, enjoy a beverage by the canal, and start to re-engage in all of the activities that we have missed for so long since the beginning of this pandemic. I want to acknowledge the Fairport Canal Days team for working very closely with the Department of Public Health team in trying to figure out the morass of different regulations that govern events like this. I think that represents the flexibility and the adaptability that we have in the health department. And we are eager to stand ready to anybody else who wants to plan a similar event. Our goal is to help facilitate anything we can to make sure that we have more and more events like this and that we can conduct them as safely as possible. Now, as you heard from the County Executive, our numbers are turning very much in the right direction. Our 7-day average is lower than it's been in months. Our case percentage rate is also falling. We're seeing increasing numbers of people getting their vaccine every day. But we are not out of the woods. The reality is that we cannot let our guard down, as tempting as it might be, when we're out on a sunny day like this and enjoying our company with one another. We still need to look ahead. And looking ahead, we have a summer where there's a lot of planning that has to happen, working very closely with the schools and other partners across the community to make sure that we continue to have this normal. Part of that normal is ensuring that everybody who is eligible gets that vaccine. And while we don't yet know what the school guidance will look like, we have reached out to the governor and to the state health commissioner asking them to update their guidance to make sure it is in line with the CDC guidelines. And we want to hear as soon as possible so we can work with our partners in education to plan for having as much of a normal school year as possible. Now, the reality is we don't yet know. So the one thing that we can do to prepare for next year is to encourage everybody to get their vaccine. So no matter what comes in terms of guidance, we know that it will be much more flexible the more people that we have in our community who are vaccinated. So with that, I want to thank you again for being here, for welcoming us as you have for the last 18 months. And I'm going to turn the microphone over to Mayor Donrat.
Surprise. I'm so excited from the village perspective that we're able to host this event this weekend, and it's with the work of all the members of our community, the great team from Canal Days, the staff at Village Hall, in all of our departments, that we're able to help facilitate and bring this out to the public. So we're hoping that everybody who has an opportunity will come back and come visit Fairport, whether you choose to wear a mask or whether you choose not to wear a mask if you're vaccinated. Everyone is welcome here in our community, and we're really looking forward to the opportunity. And the last thing I'll say is make sure that you wear sunscreen and hydrate, because it's going to be really warm and sunny and awesome here in Fairport this weekend. Thank you.
Anybody else want to say? You good? You want to say anything? Okay, so with that, we can take any questions, if you have any, about this effort.
Adam, was there anything that was learned from the Lilac Festival? You know, this is sort of the second or, the next big event to happen in our community. So was there anything, now that the Lilac Festival is wrapped up, that was a takeaway for this event?
Sure. So as far as the vaccine is concerned, one of the takeaways we had is that, we had actually, I think, more people come to receive vaccines at the Lilac Festival than we had, I think, originally anticipated. Had a lot of conversations with people, which is why we're here doing this again this weekend. So I think one of the things we learned is that the more we can make vaccine available to people, the closer to where they are, and make it as convenient as possible, the more people will get vaccinated and choose to be vaccinated. I don't think, there's still a lot of people out there who haven't taken who have not been vaccinated yet, not because they don't want to, but because it just hasn't been convenient and fit into their lifestyle and where they are. So we need to be where people are. The other thing I think we learned, and I think we should fully expect this weekend, is people are ready to get out of the house and go outside. We had great crowds at Lilac Festival. People were very respectful of each other, though. Kept distance if they were, wore a mask if they felt more comfortable wearing a mask if they weren't vaccinated, and really had a great time. So I would anticipate having seen the same thing this weekend. The weather's going to be beautiful, maybe a little hot, but I expect to see a lot of people coming out of the house, and I think that should be encouraging and also motivating to a lot of other organizations and groups, and certainly the county in our towns and villages, to start organizing in safe ways a lot more outdoor events this year, so we can get back to normal and give folks in the community that outlet that we've needed for the last year and a half.
We've seen a couple of festivals cancel. They, had original plans and then ended up canceling. Do you expect this to be the last official big festival of the season?
No, my hope and expectation is that this is, again, one of the first. The Lilac Festival was the first big one that we've had. My expectation and hope this is just another in a long list and string of festivals we have this year. But it's not easy to put these together, and I give festival organizers a lot of credit who keep going, but also to those who couldn't make it happen this year. That's not really through any fault of their own. A lot of work goes into putting a festival together, not just weeks, but months in advance. And when you have to sign contracts with vendors, you have to put all those different pieces in place. It's very difficult to do when it's hard to know where we'll be in the pandemic months away. And it's also a very big risk for organizers to take when we don't know what the guidance is either. So I think there's a lot of adjustments. Things are going to look a little different like they did at the Lilac Festival. But I'm hoping, and my expectation is we'll see a lot more of these throughout the summer.
You hoping to have one of these at Soul Fest at Frontier Field coming up in a couple months?
We haven't talked about that yet, but obviously that would be a possibility. Because like I said, these have been enormously successful doing pop-up events like this, and so yeah, look at that.
I have an off-topic question, if I may.
We'll do that after.
Can we do that after? Is that all right? Okay, awesome. Any other questions for anybody?
Maybe for Scott
Yes.
or Julie, depending. So, the Village of Fairport has gone through so much, beyond the pandemic. This is really, it seems to be a silver lining, to have these canal days, and a lot of work was involved. So I guess a question to you might be, with all the work put into this, what does this mean, not just to Rochester, but to Fairport, who's had so many, inevitable bumps in the road?
Yeah, a year and a half ago, we thought our big problem was going to be the bridge is out, and it turned out we learned a lesson about uncertainty. I will say, from the perspective of community development, which is what I do during the day with the village and the town, and also from the aspect of the Merchants Association, who sponsor this festival. Festivals in Fairport generate the highest levels of economic activity seasonally. There are three major spikes. One is Canal Days, the other two are Music Fest and Oktoberfest. To do these festivals is not only good for the vendors who come here, it's fantastic for the local businesses. And so it is a real economic driver, and we're really thrilled to be able to do it again and bring that kind of stimulus into the local economy. Mayor?
I think that the benefit of having an event like this, even though it's smaller and a smaller footprint than you may be used to coming here, it's an opportunity for people to get out back into the community and see their neighbors, see the community. Not only does it drive business when the actual event is happening, but it gives people an opportunity to come out and explore the village of Fairport and the greater Perrington community. And we hope that, as always, that they'll say, hey, this is really cool, we want to come back. And I know that Scott and I have talked to people in past years who are like, I live in Buffalo, but this is such a cool place, I want to come back here. So I think this is a great opportunity for people who live here, visit here, play here, to come in, see the village, and for those people who have never been here, they will get an opportunity to see what the village of Fairport is all about. And I think that we just need these steps towards normal that people are craving in our community. and the bridge will be coming down sometime during the month of June. For any of you who are just waiting to ask that question, the DOT has told me that the bridge will be back in place by the end of June. But not for this festival.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're good? Thanks, guys. Very
Thank
good.
you. Stay around.
Thanks.